Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your summer tarot forecast for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, and your winter tarot forecast for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere. This will cover the time frame of the end of June, July, August, and then through September. So, since this reading covers when the sun is in your sign, Virgo, happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. I hope you guys have fantastic birthdays this year. So let's see what the overall energy is for you guys for the next 3 months. Okay, we have a 4th house with roots. So Virgo, karma is really clearing out for you. Things are getting resolved. More stability is coming into your life. Connections, relationships coming to the forefront. Some of you, this could also be talking about a change of residence, moving, buying, selling, moving in with somebody, maybe moving into your own place. Different for all of you. Doesn't mean each and every one of you are moving, but with 4th house, that's definitely a area of focus. And also family, which we go back to those connections, deep relationships in your heart. That's going to be at the forefront. That's the focus for you over the next few months. And I see a lot of bonding and coming together and happiness and celebration, a lot of spiritual intimacy taking place in your relationships, all relationships, including the relationship that you have with yourself. And I just see this softening coming over you. Okay, so karma balancing out, focus on relationships and connection, and then also a potential move for some of you where you're gonna be there for a while. You're gonna lay roots as a solid foundation. So this is beautiful energy to carry you through the next 3 months. All right, let's pull some more cards, Virgo. Okay, look at that, fossils. You've outgrown this, so definitely change of location, change of home for some of you. It's time for new energy. It's time to lay roots somewhere new, but also with this focus on relationship and connection, that's where that healing comes into play. Growing stronger roots. It's like let bygones be bygones. There's going to be a lot of forgiveness, a lot of desire for connection in your heart as well as the hearts of others. So positive time for living situations and relationships, all connections. And now we have the shooting star with manifestation, blessings, happiness, wishes coming true. And we have, oh, look at this, summer energy, time to act. So the summer months are going to be very positive for you, Virgo. And if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, that's the winter months for you. But this time period, end of June through September, so like around June 20th to about September 20th, very positive. Outgrowing, moving beyond, evolving beyond, relationships healing and mending, building bridges. And here in July, there's something very positive happening, something that you've wanted, something that you've been working for, beautiful manifestation. And then as we move into your season, I'm sorry, I meant to, okay, let me back up the bus, Virgo. Here we are, end of June, going through July, the changes, the moving beyond the old energy, and then August is when we have this beautiful manifestation, wish coming true, desire, and then we move into your season here in September, and it's time to act. So what that means is you're going to have a lot of intuitive promptings. You're going to know exactly what you need to do and the moment that you need to do it, you're going to feel strong nudges and pulls and urges to, you know, go this place, be here at this time. Like, it's just going to be a different sort of feeling, a different sort of information that's coming to you. Really follow your intuition, because it's like you're going to be at the right place or the right time, or you want to reach for something, but you're like, man, can I make that happen? Am I in the right position? And Spirit's saying, yes, act on it, reach for it. It is your time. It will happen. Anything that you desire, anything that you want to accomplish, achieve, in September, it's like you will have all the motivation, all the willpower, all the emotional strength, all the mental strength, everything you need in the physical realm to make things happen. And it comes after this blessing unfolds in the month of August. So end of June, July, really clearing out old energy, healing, release, forgiveness. The past is the past. You're evolving beyond all of those energies, which opens the space for this beautiful manifestation. And that manifestation is different for each of you, because you're all on different paths. That happens in August, and through that blessing, that manifestation, it really lifts your spirits, and it opens you up, like all your senses back up to the universe. And that's why you're just so in tune, and you know what to do, you know where to be at the perfect time. You're just going to get these intuitive promptings, and it leads you towards beautiful little blessings, or opening doors, or opportunities. So this is fantastic energy for you, Virgo, over these next 3 months. Blessings, feeling as though things are turning around, things are moving in your favor, really releasing some old heavy energy, huge focus on connections and happiness and celebration, family coming together. All right, let's pull. And some of you, it's like at the end of June through July, maybe we're thinking about like selling a house, buying a house, and August, September is when I feel like the transaction is final, or everything will go through. You've been in process, like you're in a decision, and you've just been kind of trying to see how things are going to play out in the market. And in August, you're ready to act. And maybe if you're selling a home, you just get like this amazing offer. And maybe you weren't even planning on selling your home, but you just get this offer out of nowhere because that's happening. And you're like, wow, okay. And if that happens for you, Virgo, trust what's coming to you, and trust that you will find something, the next house for you. Like this big, beautiful blessing of relocation. Okay, let's pull some tarot. The Hierophant. Look at that. Spirit coming in to mend bridges. Ooh, because we are over those lessons, that karmic balance with that 10 of Wands. And here we are, you, the Hermit. Look at that, Virgo. You've outgrown this energy, and you are ready to transform, to evolve into abundance, into satisfaction, into feeling comfortable and stable, and like all is well in your world. Under this manifestation, we've got the Lovers, and we've got the Four of Swords. And I did not mention this at the opening. I'm so sorry, Virgo. We're looking at your general energies in this reading, and then we're going to do a second reading to look at your love energies. And now here with Time to Act, the Nine of Wands with the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's this offer, opportunity that just kind of comes out of nowhere in September, and you're like, you know, should I do this? I don't know. Is it risky? Is it worth it? It could be like a lot of work or a lot of change, and you're just like, oh, man, this is good, but I don't know. Again, some of you getting this like offer of a house situation, and you're like, that seems good, but I just don't know. And Spirit's like, yes, what comes to you in September, what is offered to you, because we have the Knight of Swords. So this is something that's going to be offered to you, Virgo. It's like, yeah, I see that that's a blessing, but I just don't know, and there's some hesitancy, and that's why Spirit's saying act upon it. What's offered to you in September, act upon it. Don't let fear hold you back, and any intuitive promptings or nudges, follow them through, all the way through, Virgo. You will be blessed. So here, 4th house, with the Hierophant and the 10 of Wands. You've been going through a lot of spiritual lessons through your relationships you consider family, and that includes, you know, friends and romance, right? Because you get close to people and you consider them your family. It's not always about blood relation. And you've been going through a lot of different challenges in your relationships, different relationships in your life, and this feels, at least like for the last 5 to 10 years, with the Hierophant and the 10 of Wands there, for like the last 5 to 10 years, you've just been going through a lot of different twists and turns and challenges in various relationships along your journey. And now you're finally going to overcome this, because all lessons that were meant to be gained and learned through these challenges, these circumstances, and these relationships have been gained by you, Virgo. They have been gained, and the people that are supposed to be in your life, the soulmates that are meant to walk further with you on your journey, those relationships, if they're at odds, they're going to start healing end of June through July, okay? You're going to start talking, there's going to be communication, you're going to realize that there's been evolution in others, there's been evolution in you, and everybody just wants to bury the hatchet. Everybody just wants to connect and be a family and not lose what's precious about these connections and relationships with you, Virgo. So that's really beautiful to see. And, you know, not every relationship is going to heal in your life. And those relationships where that you don't get that same, you know, growth and mending and healing, it's because you've outgrown them. And they will no longer serve a purpose on your journey ahead. And, you know, that leads us here to, you know, really strong in the month of July, where you've been feeling, you know, alone. You've really been contemplating things. You've really just been working things out inside yourself, maybe not feeling very supported, not feeling important, not feeling loved. As you set down each one of these wands here, you are evolving into this Empress energy, whether you're male or female. Like, this is what's happening, and this is where you now feel stable, you feel secure, you feel confident, you feel good in yourself because of the mending of relationships in your life. And you're not going to feel so alone and unsupported, because here in the month of August, there's more healing taking place, okay? It's like end of June, all of July, and then also August, because we have the Lovers with the Four of Swords and manifestation. And that's like a big breakthrough between two people that have been at odds with each other, okay? And it could also feel very magical if you guys just kind of happen to run into each other, be in the same place at the same time, spontaneously. There does feel like a magical essence to this for some of you, and this could be a friend, a family member, an ex-romance, you know, that we've had some falling out. It's like it's time for deep healing. And if this person has been in your life all this time, but you guys have just really been struggling to get along with each other, to understand each other, it's like August is the month where there's major breakthroughs and the healing is complete. Like, broken hearts are healed, the past is healed, the relationships that are meant to move with you forward into your new soul cycle, those are going to follow you. And the ones that aren't, they're going to remain behind, and you're going to be released of any sort of emotional pain or trauma that you've been carrying attached to those relationships, because you're done. You're completing a cycle. You've outgrown all of that. And then here it is in September, where there is something that comes in and is offered to you just really out of nowhere, and you feel a little caught off guard by it. It seems like a good thing, but you've been through a lot. Life is finally feeling good. You feel like you're on track, and you're like, should I risk this? Should I try this? And Spirit's saying yes, 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 yes. It's coming to you for purpose. All of this cycle's complete. All this energy has been cleared to bring forth this lovely energy for you, this new path, this new way. And the home, really, like the home situation, like relocating, looks very strong into June, July through August. Like, I feel that's already happened by the time you get into September for those of you that that will apply. But over the next 3 months, Virgo, a lot of healing is taking place inside of you emotionally, and I see abundance picking up for you in the external. There's not a talk about job or finances specifically in this reading. It's like Spirit wants you to know your main focus is connection, home, family, healing, and a lot of lessons have been learned. Karma is cleared, and you're truly on a new path, a new venture. And there's a lot of energy that's going to be coming at you very, very quickly, and it might catch you off guard just because you're like, whoa, I've been walking this journey, feeling alone, feeling on my own, and now here's all this activity. It could be a little overstimulating. It just comes in very quick. But Spirit's like, you can trust it. It's honest. It's what's meant to be for you. So deep healing, Virgo, first and foremost. Positive changes in living situations. Healing and bridges being built between just people that you could have had the worst falling out with, and you never thought that you guys would be able to work things out and overcome it. But I see a lot of growth has taken place inside of you as well as others. And these eclipse energies and retrograde energies that we're dealing with at the beginning of June, it impacts each and every person deeply. And with Saturn, we're all going within and really reassessing things and feeling that remorse for what we've done wrong, and a full recognition and awareness of self. And through that realization, there's just such a release, and that's happening in everybody. And, relationships that are meant to mend, there's no force that can stop that. It's just going to happen. It's going to feel right in you. It's going to feel right in the other person, because I see strong, strong ties in your reading, and you guys have been going through it in different ways for different reasons, and it's time that you overcome that energy because you've completed the lessons attached to it that are attached at the soul for you. So Virgo, beautiful, beautiful months ahead for you with connections and living situations. Abundance improving as well with this Empress. So let's pull one final message. Fairy guides, whenever you are feeling blue, don't fear, the fairies are protecting you. And that is your angels, your guides speaking very strongly to you, Virgo, telling you to do something, telling you to try something. Maybe you get invited to go do something and you're like, I'm just in hermit mode. I don't want to go out. Go out. You're going to meet somebody that brings a lot of energy into your life. So it's time to get out of the house. It's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to embrace life, because things are going to start picking up and speeding up for you, but your energy is going to match. There's activations happening inside of you as you release the past, because you're done with this, cycle of your soul. All right, let's switch gears, Virgo, and go into your love and romance energies over the next 3 months. Okay, keep an open mind for end of June through July. August is separation and new love for September. Okay, so some of you Virgo, it looks like you singles out there may meet somebody who lives at a distance from you. Oh my gosh, we had that whole living situation, a move to a new location, and boom, here it is coming out in your love energies. So some Virgos, not all of you. Some Virgos, it's like you've just met somebody or you're meeting somebody in the next 3 months that lives at a distance from you, and you're kind of skeptical about it. Okay, you're like, well, I don't know if this long distance thing can work. And Spirit's like, keep an open mind, enjoy the journey of getting to know each other through separation, because you are going to come together. And that might be what this is about in September, where, you know, they're like, hey, I'm going to come see you, I'm going to come meet you, or I want to take you here, or I want you to come to my house. All right, and it's like you guys are going to just totally hit it off in person as well. Okay, it's very beautiful for those of you that applies. Other Virgos out there, what I see is again, some of you, there's somebody in your life, and I feel it's been kind of like a back and forth energy. And what I see, gosh, this goes two ways because there's so much healing taking place. I feel like somebody who's kind of really played with your heart and your mind, okay? And you've been separated from them for a while. Like you really wanted to be with them. You wanted things to work out with them, but it just couldn't work. And you guys have been separated from each other. And what Spirit's saying here is, Virgo, keep an open mind to a new love, because you have this unexpected energy in September that could coincide with this love reading, okay, where there's somebody really fantastic that's coming into your life, that's coming into your world. And this X is part of the past energy that's healing, that's being released out of your life, because healing doesn't always mean like we're healing and coming back together. Sometimes healing means like you are finally freed from the pain, from the sorrow, from the desire to get back with somebody from your past. And those of you where that's taking place, where you've really been struggling to get over somebody, and then you just kind of notice, hey, I'm starting to feel better, I'm starting to really not care anymore, just go with it, because you're clearing the space energetically for this new romance that's coming in. I would say end of August, September, early October. Okay, so there is new love for single Virgos out there, and the way that plays out is a bit differently. This also could be where, you know, somebody's coming back in, trying to get back with you. But I feel for those Virgos out there where like there's somebody trying to come back in through these months, it's like you don't want them anyways. Like you're like, no, I don't want you for whatever reason. Or you could have thought like you did want a second chance with this person, and then they show back up and you realize like you've changed so much. You're like, no, you and me, who we used to be together, like that's a fragment of who we are now today, and we're just not compatible. Like you want new love. Now, those of you in committed relationships, what I see here is it's a very interesting message, because this is not going to be for Virgos who have been very happy and content in your relationship. That's not the message that's coming through at all. So this probably will not apply. But what I see is Virgos who are in a relationship with somebody, and there's a lot of separation, either just in general between the two of you, even though we're still physically together. Like there's a lot of emotional distance that has taken place, Or it could be like you guys, it could be like a marriage and you guys have decided to have a separation period from each other. And what I see for you guys is there is deep healing coming into play for you. And it's like you guys are going to fall in love all over again. That emotional distance, the bridge is going to be gapped. Like communication is going to start opening back up between the two of you because you both have grown and evolved through this process. And you guys are gonna, because you both have grown and evolved, it's like you're coming together on a different level now, and it creates a whole new love, a whole new respect for each other, moving down a whole new path in this relationship, okay? But for those of you where this is, I know that's like a lot of different information, but for connected, that's the main message I'm getting for you. So let's pull some more cards. All right, our memories. It's like you get back to good, Virgo, you singles out there, and somebody just wants to like get all up in your energy again, and you're like, nope. Okay, and look at this, lasting reconnection. This is for those of you who are already with somebody, okay? It's like you guys are either still together in the like same house, but there's a lot of emotional distance, or you're married and it's like a temporary separation that you guys have decided before you're like, okay, let's just throw in the towel entirely. Like those situations, it's like, yeah, you guys are going to get through it. You're going to be able to heal. You're going to be able to move beyond. And connection mistaken as twin flame. And see, this here is for those of you who there's somebody you've really been hung up on, and now you're realizing that you're healing over them, okay? And because they're not meant for you, like there's this really beautiful love coming in. Or single Virgos where there's somebody like trying to come back, and maybe you had hoped or thought at some point like that you guys would be able to be together. And see, this says connection mistaken as twin flame. Virgo, you don't want it anymore. Or if this person doesn't come back to you, you are finally healed and freed and released. And so I do see for some Virgos, this person is like trying to come back in and say, oh, how I miss you, how I can't stop thinking of you. And you know what, Virgo, some of you could already be in a new relationship and this ex of the past is like trying to come back in, or you could just be totally single. And it's like, I want to be with you forever. What will it take? And you're like, no, I'm over it. Like, you broke my heart, or, you know, I really wanted this to be 3 months ago, 6 months ago, but a lot's changed in my life, and I don't want you anymore. I feel like there's somebody better for me. So you either come to this conclusion just naturally on your own through healing, or because this person is trying to come back in and you realize the spark is just not there. And it's because there's this beautiful new romance that's knocking on your door. And Spirit's really strong on this. Those of you who are like married or in these very long-term relationships, like it feels deeply serious, deeply entrenched with each other, and you've been really going through the struggle, you guys are gonna figure it out. You're gonna get through it. And it's like the message goes the opposite way, where because of the challenge and struggle, are we, you know, meant to be? And, you know, through these next 3 months, there's just a lot of changing and healing and activating through the energies. And you both are like, yeah, let's work on this. And again, that's like, I feel strongly, those of you who are married, or if you're not, you know, you didn't physically take vows, you would refer to each other as, you know, your significant other, your wife, or your husband. Okay, that's how you would refer to your partner, and them to you. That's where I feel there's a lasting reconnection. And I'm glad that Spirit made that so strong, like brought these two cards out. because I was feeling like there's this dead end relationship, but there's also like a healing, a reconciliation in a romance here, but it's more of a long-term or very involved relationship that has a lot of history to it. Not somebody that you dated for just like a year and you've gone your separate ways for like 6 months. No, that's the person. If that's the case, like if they try to come back, you're not going to want them, Virgo. You're just telling you, you're not going to want them just because of the way things have changed inside of you. So let's pull some more cards. Okay, karma, balancing divine order, reaping. See, and that's talking about those of you like that are married or consider yourself as such. Intuition, dreams, insight, signs. And look at that. Eight of emotions, outgrown, unfulfilled, walking away. So Virgo, anybody who broke your heart or just played games with you and just left you hanging, you are going to be all good over that person. Like you are going to be happy, living your best life. And they're going to be coming in like, I miss you. I dream about you. I think about you. There's nobody like you. And you're going to be like, yeah, I know. I remember that now. And too bad for you. Too bad for you that you screwed up and broke my heart, betrayed me, left me high and dry. I'm over it. I'm moving on. Like, I realize you're not the one for me. And it's this beautiful new romance is coming in for you, single Virgos out there, okay? It's like the past is done and over with. And now those of you who are married or in these relationships where you consider yourself spouses, this here is like you guys aren't going to be able to let go of each other. There's going to be this major awakening in both of you, and you both are going to have a desire to make the relationship good. And it's because you both are evolving, you know, at the same time, and it's leading you into a new path, a new frequency of experiencing each other, and you guys are going to fall in love all over again, and it's like a lasting reconnection. And now some singles, you know, this ex might show back up and you might entertain it and indulge it for a minute, but Virgo, you're ultimately going to walk away. Any person of the past, you know, who you did not have a deep, deep history with, like a super long and involved connection, it's just like you're over it. You realize that you don't want it anymore. And you may have thought for a very long time like you would never get over this person, or you would never stop wanting them, desiring them. And you will find yourself very surprised of how much you are over it and how much you don't want it anymore. Because that karmic energy that the two of you shared, that's been resolved. It's done. It's over. You're free. It's time for happiness. It's time for new love. It's time for just good, strong, solid connections in Virgo's life in general. So let's pull one final card. Yep, look at that. Passion. You are going to crave passion and chemistry and excitement that is reciprocated towards you. This person of the past, I don't feel that they gave to you. Like they may have gave here and there, but they definitely were not on the same wavelength of giving energy to you. And whoever this new love is that's coming in, they're all about you, Virgo. They are all about you. And again, I feel some of you could are like already in a new relationship, like a beautiful new relationship, and somebody from your past is going to try to come back in over these next 3 months. And that's why you're telling them to buzz off, because you're like, I don't care if your heart's broken over me. I have a new person in my life, and they treat me like a queen. They treat me like a king. And I'm not letting this go. Like, I'm happy. I just feel so much happiness in relationships across the board for Virgo. And you're not going to settle for anybody who doesn't connect you and vibe with you in that space, whether it's friend, family, or romance, because there's enough people around you who do want to connect and vibe with you in that space. So those are your messages, Virgo. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.